In a previous section, we have seen what is dividend and what is dividend policy. We'll just go through that. So we know a part of profit which is earned by the organization that has to be distributed among the shareholders, that is called as dividend. Business or an organization profit earn ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟಲ್ಲಿ a part has to be given to a shareholder in a form of dividend. So that is called as dividend. So dividend can be paid in a form of cashನ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, or on a basis of a bonus shares, extra shares which will be given to a shareholder. There are two forms, one is cash form and the one is bonus share, that we will see in detail next. If shareholder will not get dividend, then shareholders will not invest. So shareholders, why the shareholders invest? ಯಾಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಶೇರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್. ಶೇರ್ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸಿಗೆ ರಿಟರ್ನೇ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವೆದರ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು shares? No. So giving dividend to a shareholders, or these shareholders has to be paid a constant dividend. There should be a certain return what for the shareholders. If is not done, the shareholders will not invest into a shares. So here dividend policy andre ಏನು ಹಾಗಾದರೆ, dividing or distributing the earnings of profit earned by distributing the profit earned by the business to the shareholders in a form of dividend, as well as they have to retain by business itself. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಅಮೌಂಟ್, ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಡಿಸೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು keep certain amount in business itself, as well as deciding to give to the shareholders in a form of dividend. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ or ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ದಿಸ್ area of distributing of profit among the shareholders and retaining by itself, this is very crucial or difficult, because shareholders always want some return, as well as the business. In a business we have to retain something. So deciding this is a conflict. Deciding this may create conflict. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ರಿಟೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಟೇನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ರಿಟೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕೆಪ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಕೆಪ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಹೌ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ ದಿಸ್ to a shareholders or to retain by themselves. So this deciding this is very crucial. So there is certain dividend policy which has to be followed by the business organization. So this is related to dividend policy, highlights of dividend policy, which we have already studied. We know what is dividend, we know what is dividend policy. So coming into the next aspect, that is types of dividend. Under types of dividend policy, there are 4 types. One is regular dividend policy, second one is stable dividend policy, third one is irregular dividend policy, fourth one is no dividend policy. What is this regular dividend policy? So under regular dividend policy, the company pays dividend to its shareholders every year. If the company makes abnormal profit, if suppose what happens, regular ಅಂದರೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ಟು ಸಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಹೂ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಟು ಅರ್ನ್ ಅ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಯರ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಟನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವಂಥವ್ರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಟರ್ನನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥವ್ರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ for the shares what they have invested. So regular dividend policy is usually for such type of people, so who accept money monthly or a yearly basis. Peoples like retired person ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಡೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, economy weaker section ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. So they accept regular dividend policy because they need certain return for the amount because they are in necessity. Certain rate of dividend policy on a regular basis. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಆದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೇಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ದೇ ಕುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಟು ಅ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಟೇನ್ ಬೈ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್. ಇಫ್ ಅ ಕಂಪನಿ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಸ್, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ ದ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಕಂಪನಿ. ಸೊ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಈಸ್ a company pays a dividend to a shareholders on a certain basis regularly. Next one, second one, stable dividend policy. Stable dividend policy, it is a stability of a dividend implies that there should be a consistency in a stream of dividend payment made by the company. So this says that certain minimum amount of dividend should be paid by the company to the shareholders regularly. This suggests that the earning of a profit of the company may fluctuate from year to year. The dividend should not fluctuate. So ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿಯನ್ನು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ವಿಚ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಚ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಆರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುವೇಟ್, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ ಸೇಮ್. ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ should be given to the shareholders in a form of dividend on a regular basis. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 3 types ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ of dividend per share. So what they decide, constant amount of dividend per share, has they have said constant means which will remain same amount or the certain amount per share of dividend by way of dividend will be fixed. For example, if you take, if your face value of your share is 100 rupees value, so at time ali company will decide for 100 rupees face value we have to pay 10 rupees constantly or 10 rupees ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಗೋಸ್ ಟು 1000 rupees, ಎಷ್ಟು ರೂಪೀಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ? ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ ಯು 100 rupees. ಇಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ 250, then they have to pay you constant dividend of rupees 25 rupees. So fixed amount of dividend per share will be paid regularly year after year. So it is fixed on the basis of shares. The amount is decided how much to pay. The payment of fixed amount of dividend per share regularly every year means the amount of dividend per share will remain fixed. So this is constant amount of dividend per share. The amount is fixed. Second one, constant percentage of net profit distributed as dividend. So first idರಲ್ಲಿ they will decide certain amount ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ. Constantly they have to pay certain amount. Here they have deciding to pay certain percentage on a profit earned by the concern. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ dividend. The percentage of net profit paid out as a dividend every year is fixed, but the dividend could fluctuate proportionately with the change in earning of profit. So profit ಹೇಗೆ earn ಆಗ್ತದೆ, on that basis the percentage is, they will decide how much percentage should be given to a shareholders in the form of dividend. A company deciding certain percentage of dividend given from a net profit earned by the business. If suppose the business has earned 10 crores rupees. 10 crores, if suppose they have decided 10% ಕೊಡಬೇಕು every year on a profit, 10 crores ನ ಮೇಲೆ 10%. ಅದೇ if suppose they have earned 25 crores, on 25 crores 10% to a dividend or for a shareholders. So on that basis they are deciding a percentage. Rate of percentage is fixed, so it is said as constant percentage or net profit distributed as dividend. Third one, constant dividend per share plus extra dividend. So here it is a combination of both constant amount plus constant percentage. ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇದು ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್. ಫಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್, ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, so they have fixed a certain amount to give to the dividend. Along with that, if a company earns more profit, great deal of flexibility in giving extra dividend if the earning of a company is higher than usual. Usually ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ earn ಆಯಿತು, extra earn ಆಯಿತು, at that time they will give some extra amount for a dividend. So constant dividend per share amount plus extra amount given on the basis of concerned earned. So these are the three types of a stable dividend. We will see advantages of that. So a stable dividend policy is advantages both to the investor as well as the company. It is benefited for the company as well as the investor. Investor gets a benefit as well as the company gets a benefit. First one, it is a sign of continuous normal operation of a company. On a continuous normal operation of a company, because the dividend is stable, which will not change ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ಲಕ್ಚುಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, which will remain same. ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆದರೆ on the basis of amount, on the basis of percentage ಅಂದರೆ on the basis of percentage, it will remain same. On the is stabilize the market value of shares. It creates confidence among the investors. So investors ಯಾರು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, the shareholders, they are in confident because they will get certain return. ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು they will have certain return for that, because it increases the wealth of the shareholders, which leads to wealth maximization of a shareholders, because they are getting something in return. It provides a source of livelihood to those investors who view dividend as a source of fund to meet day-to-day expenses. So as it remains stable and you are confident, that shareholders are the confident that they will get something in return on a regular basis, so it will help them for life, for their day-to-day expenses incurred. So next one, it meets the requirement of institutional investors who prefer company with a stable dividend. So most of them would like to have a consistency in the payment, that is in the form of constant level. So here the concern has decided to give a constant amount of a dividend, that is stable amount of dividend for the investors. It improves the credit standing and makes financially easier. As credit standing of a company is a good, and there is certainty of payment of interest on the debenture and dividend on preference shares, and the payment of debenture and preference share on their dues. This help a company to raise additional funds through issue of debentures and preference shares. Thus, stability of dividend payment help a company to raise additional funds easily. It help a company to increase their additional funds, as well as there is a continued flow of through the national income stream, that is every shareholders get certain amount, so it increase the level of income among. So these are the advantages. So stable has three types: constant amount dividend per share, constant percentage, and constant dividend per share plus extra dividend. Stable means which remains same. That may be in the form of amount, that may be in the form of percentage, or that may be in the form of both. So having certain advantages also, there are certain disadvantages. The stable dividend suffers from certain limitation. That is, once the stable dividend policy is followed by the company, it is not easier to change it. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಒಮ್ಮೆ if they have set certain rate to give to the dividend, once they have decided, it is not easier to change. Then change ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಈಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. If the stable dividend are not paid to the shareholder on any account, including insufficient profit, the financial standing of a company, ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಟು ದ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡರ್ losses, then also they have to pay certain amount to the shareholders. So financial standing of a company in the mind of investor is damaged. ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡದೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಟು ಅ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ ಮೈಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It adversely affect the market post share of a company. ಸೊ ಶೇರ್ಸಿಗೆ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಆದರೆ, no one will invest into a shares of that company. So under a laws also they have to pay certain amount to a shareholders. And if company pays stable dividend in spite, ಸೊ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೇ ಇದೆ ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ, ದ ಕಂಪನಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೇ ಗೋ ಅಂಡರ್ ಟು ಸುಸೈಡಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, they have to pay certain amount, then it will go to a suicidal, means liquidate, or it has to go under a closing their business. So along with the certain advantages, there are certain disadvantages also. So that is related to stable. Next one, irregular dividend policy. Irregular dividend policy is unstable, which will fluctuate. There is no stable in the dividend, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಆನ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ಸರ್ಟನಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಇರ್ತದ ಆ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆಸ್ ಅ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ which is not stable, or which is fluctuate, the company is under no obligation to pay its shareholders, and board of directors can decide what to do with the profit. So irregular dividend policy, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಆದರೆ, ಅಬ್ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಆದರೆ, that is more profit earned, they will decide to distribute it to shareholders or pay out any dividend to all, and instead they keep a profit for business expansion and future project. ಇಲ್ಲಿ irregular dividend policy has a company will not decide ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡದಿದ್ದಾಗ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅರ್ನ್ ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. So what they will do, they will keep certain profit by themselves only to a future project or for the sake of business expansion. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅರ್ನ್ ಆದರೆ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಉಂಟು, ಬಟ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಟೇನ್ ಮನಿ ಬೈ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಅವರ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಡ್, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೈ ರಿಸ್ಕ್. ಇರ್ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ it goes on a fluctuation. But company on a irregular basis, ali here the company is under a profit because uncertainty of businessಗೆ profit illa, so business operation is not successful. So at that time they need not pay amount to a dividend because it is irregular. So lack of sufficient funds illa companyಯಲ್ಲಿ, they need not pay to a dividend because the company is not decided the amount what to give to a shareholder. So here company is benefited because even if they earn an extra profit, they will retain by themselves. Certain amount is only distributed among the dividend, and if they are under a loss, if there is no uncertainty in business, no successful in business operation, then they need not pay to a dividend. So irregular ಅಂದರೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. So these are the three types. The fourth type was no dividend. That is not as important because without dividend, no dividend ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Now if a shareholder thinks no dividend policy and the policy ಯಾರು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, because the dividend, the shareholders always invest to get certain return in future. So these are the types of dividend. One is regular, second one is stable, third one is irregular. With no dividend ಅಲ್ಲಿ the concern will decide not to pay dividend to the shareholder. They will use the amount for business itself, or they will retain certain amount in business itself. So no dividend is a form where the shareholders is not given dividend. So that is not that policy is not used by any business concern or organization. Mainly three dividend policies. One is regular dividend, second one stable dividend policy, third one irregular dividend policy. So these are the types of dividend policies.